NexusGaming.com. All right, welcome to the critique episode. We are going through all the previous entries from the last tournament. The third one, not all of them. That's ridiculous. You know how many entries we would have to go through?
Oh God.
Going through every single entry ever entered in Producers League.
We should make this episodes though. At some point we should go through the second and the first tournament.
Yeah, okay.
At some point, but for today we'll do the third tournament.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with Slim Boy Million.
Turn it up a little bit.
Konnichiwa. It sounds like it has potential at first. Since it got it, you added the reverb to the snares and the open hi-hat to give it that underwater feel, so it matches.
That clap sounds weak though.
I think the clap's fine.
Really?
It blends. I think the kick is a little loud because you could hear the from my headphones, you could hear the actual sound, the sample being sucked in. It was a little bit too much compression.
He has the better headphones. He has the Sennheisers on. I have the cheap little
So it sounds like the drums may be a little loud. So mixing is slightly an issue with this one. And the sample is just a loop.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's repetitive.
Yeah, it's a little repetitive. It's not a bad entry.
I mean, it's an okay beat,
it's okay.
But it's not like spectacular.
It's like really chill, you know.
It's not super wowing.
Yeah.
But see, even with a chill beat can be spectacular because, you know, Indie Fresh won, and then in the past tournaments, Alan G had like something more chill. It wasn't just super energetic and hard.
The only difference with those is that there's progression in the sequence instead of just repeating this over and over and over and over.
So you can make a chill beat and just, you know,
bring some changes into it.
Yeah. Alright, next one.
Alright, K-Blaze.
Oh yeah, this beat.
Yeah, this one is just... This is a lot going on.
It's all over the place.
Because I hear a lot of the chants. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was a part of the sample or what, or you just added that yourself. But there's a lot going on with this.
Yeah.
And then that stuff, that's kind of annoying. A little bit annoying.
You did way too much.
And then the day, like everybody likes to use that crap. The day, and then the time. Like there's times to use that, and this one, in this particular case, this sample is not really needed. And see, there's a lot going on here. Like, I don't know if you added that melody or that's another sample you layered over it, but it's not meshing.
There's a way to do sampling properly.
Like, if you're going to use two different samples, they have to... It's like being siblings. It's got to be cohesive.
Twins would have been better than siblings.
Siblings, twins, is the same thing?
Nah, not really. You go to the next one. Oh, Maz John, okay.
Alright, I could tell the mixing is pretty clean. The mixing is good. I like the arrangements of the drums and the piano. Now that's tight. See, you're using a lot of keys. It's not overdoing it. It's just a nice little balance, because you gotta think, when someone's playing the piano, can they play this whole entire arrangement, playing this chord progression as well as the
This beat was tight. He was right. You did improve from the last time you entered.
Yeah, you improved a lot.
I like this. I think if you keep working on your stuff, you could potentially crack a top 5, top 3.
Yeah. Now the guitar is a little cheesy because it's the Slayer guitar in FL Studio. That's what it sounds like to me. But
it does. You would know. You made so many beats with that back in high school.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad. It's a pretty good entry.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't, it wasn't our top 4 material.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you keep working, and improving, you'll crack that no problem.
Yeah. We're gonna go on to the next one. All right, for Kenza Beast. Go ahead and hear this first. I keep getting you confused with Ken because both of y'all got pretty much the same name. Kenza Beast.
You're just confused because of the Kens.
Yeah. All right off the bat,
it's low.
You sound like you didn't really maximize the volume or normalize it, because it's a little low. And for a track to be this low and the drums to be that loud, it makes me wonder how loud the drums would have been if you would have completely maximized it.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
It would have been boom, boom. It would have been distortion.
Yeah. When we did the original video of this, I was telling KV that this sounds like something that would be like the intro to an action movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you see them getting ready to set up to do their mission or whatnot.
Yeah,
that's what this sounds like.
Yeah, and the bass line. You okay?
My funny bone.
You suck. The 808 kick is really loud.
Oh, God.
It's pretty loud for it to be this low. So next time I would suggest to have a more proper balance in the mix. As far as, and the chant is loud too.
I don't like that hoop.
Yeah. But the rest of it is okay. Like the snare, the clap, the hats, they're pretty solid as far as blending within the mix. And everybody uses that. Switch it up a little bit. Don't use that anymore. And like how you decided to switch it up, because that's what we like. We like progression. We like changes. That's just to keep things interesting. If your
beat's gonna be like past the 2-minute marker, you need to have some change ups and some switches.
Yeah. Basically, what we're trying to say: if you're gonna enter this contest or any contest, like any period, like producer contest, don't make a beat that you could write a song to. Make a beat that's a song in itself. Don't make something you can just write it. Like, I could write to this beat. Like, it's gotta be so good I can't write to it. There's so many changes.
So in lamest terms, like, you can go that route, or to think about it like this: like, after the artist has written their track down, you know how they always add different things to it. It's not just a continuous loop for 5 minutes. There's switch ups, there's changes. Just act like you're making it for an artist.
Yeah.
Moving on. Okay, wait, pause. Pause before we even move on. Nerve Kong. I'm just gotta say, when you entered your first time ever, I really thought you were trolling us. That's how bad I thought your beat was.
Okay, look, your first 2 entries weren't. They're questionable because they weren't. It wasn't even close to being
like
passable.
I really thought it was just a troll beat. I'm like, why is he even bothering entering? Because he's not serious. But it's obvious that you must have worked on yourself, because this beat, it's not the best, but it's way better than your previous entries.
Yeah, I don't know if you're still fresh in music production or if you're still pretty fresh whatever software you're using.
He has to be.
But you have to keep constantly improving, because it seems like you're trying to find a style, especially in regards to sampling. There's certain avenues you can take when you do sample, but the way you're going, you have to be able to learn how to chop up samples and match the BPM, and not just throw everything like all crazy. Like your first entry, it was all over the place. It was like, a little bit of it was a little bit of left, it was a little bit of sideways, it was a little bit of black, it was a little bit of jelly, it was a little bit of chicken. Like, it was like a bunch of stuff.
There was no beat. Like there's your what's it, the metronome. That's in the software for a reason, because that keeps you on beat. I don't think any of your stuff would match on that, no matter what tempo speed we put it at. Yeah. I don't think it would. It's not bad. It's obvious you improved this one, because this isn't nearly. It's still all over the place, but it's way better than your first 2 entries.
Yeah, there's a lot of instruments going on. Just I don't know what kind of concept you were going for here.
I could hear it if it wasn't all over the place. You could tell what he wanted to do this time around, because I had no freaking clue the first 2 times. But at least this time you could tell where he was going. It just didn't come out right.
And another thing, I don't know if you're trying to mix up samples, because there's a lot going on with the music. Because it sounds like you're trying to follow this melody.
Oh, look at this part. Look at this part. It's like, oh, the porcupine. No!
I would be pretty pissed too.
He slapped the shit out of the boy.
And he kicked the living daylights out of him.
And then he was like, no porcupine for you. And he just steps on it. Okay, back to the critique.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a lot of stuff going on here. But it's your best entry.
Yeah, it really is. Like, you actually improved. Because like I said, I thought you were just trolling the hell out of us the first 2 times.
Now when you're doing this whole drum pattern, I could finally hear the sample, and it's not matching. It doesn't match.
It just takes time. Like, if you work on this every day, you'll improve.
Yeah. Our advice is just to, like, you have an idea what style you're going for, but be mindful of how you utilize the sample.
Yeah. Don't feel bad, because our first beats were terrible as well.
Yeah.
We'll probably show that to you guys one day, if we still have them.
DJ MMA Productions.
This guy's been in all 3, right?
What?
This guy's been in all 3, right?
I think.
Or just the last 2?
I think the last 2. I don't think he was in the first one. The mixing ain't too bad. I think the drums are a little loud, maybe by like 2 decibels. Now I don't know where you got your sample from. I know it's from Donkey Kong, and It just sounds like it's mono, like the sample itself is mono. I'm not sure if that's the way they made it in SNES. I don't know if they had stereo output. At least I don't remember if they had stereo output in SNES, but it just sounds mono. One thing I would recommend for producers to use is a widener, like a stereo widener, and maximize it to 130%. That would make your sound a lot fuller. It won't like thin out a lot of things. It'll just make it full. That's what I use for my stuff. And that tight stuff, that tight, that's gotta go, man. That can't cut it. And this beat is really repetitive.
Yeah. Which we already mentioned that already.
Yeah, be mindful of the repetition. There has to be change-ups. There has to be surprises.
I mean, it's cool. It's not mind-blowing.
Yeah, I like the snare because it blends without trying to overdo it. Yeah.
Alright, we can move to the next one. I like how this tournament, the theme was like Donkey Kong, God of War, and Gears of War.
Yeah.
And this is the first time anyone has ever did this for the tournament.
I know. Alright, Jimicide. Jimicide or Jimicide. I don't know how you say it, but
I don't know.
Okay. Your entry is the most unique out of everybody else's because the thing is, to me, it's not even a bad track. It's not even, it's not a bad beat at all. It's just that people are biased towards certain sounds. That's why there was some people that criticized your music a little harshly. I don't feel that it was that bad because there's some other beats that don't have change-ups like yours does, like coming in, like this part right here. The mix ain't too bad. I just don't understand why the snare is on my right ear and not centered. Maybe that was the style you was going for, but if I could barely hear it in my left ear.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because you put the hat over here and then the snare, you put the hat on the left side and then you put the snare on the right side. And your Photoshop skills are just god awful. I'm just kidding. Because that looks really funny. It's like you got a triangle head and you just threw it on the Diddy Kong.
Threw the microphone on
the microphone. It's just hilarious, man. It's not a
bad beat. It's just, you know.
Is that in terms of what we're looking for, it just doesn't match.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is not your worst beat ever, but I know that you can do a lot better.
Fanfare.
I know tons of it. I mean, her titties are going down to her elbow.
She might as well not even wear the shirt. It's like it's hiding like this much nipple. It's like you might as well just show it.
Yeah.
What are you hiding?
Man, drop that shit for these fuck niggas.
See, man, once that came in, it was like, drop this shit for them fuck niggas. I thought it was about to be so fucking hard.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan on chants or like.
We know.
Yeah.
You ranted.
I'm not a fan of chants, and I'm not a fan of rising intros like. I mean, I didn't hear it in this one, but if you're going to use a vocal phrase like drop it, drop one. What do you say? Drop something for these. Yeah.
If you're gonna use, it has to be hard.
It has to be hard.
That shit has to be. It has to come out the gate being hard as fuck.
And the clap is weak as hell. I could barely hear it, and the sample is slightly off beat, and it's repetitive. Yeah. Remember, change ups. I don't know how many FL Studio users we have. That doesn't matter. It's the fact that whatever software you use is in the hands of the beholder, not the software. So I don't care if you use FL Studio, I don't care if you use Cakewalk, Sonar, Presonus, Pro Tools.
Yeah, because
if you know how to make beats, you know how to make a good sounding beat. If Dr. Dre was handed a copy of a demo of FL Studio, he could make $100,000 beat off of that.
Yeah, because look at Hit Boy. Like, he uses Fruity Loops for everything.
It's just in the hands of a beholder.
Yeah.
This beat in particular, it is repetitive.
Yeah.
The snare is slightly loud, maybe by a decibel and a half.
Lean with it.
Pretty much,
Rock
man.
with it.
This is some snap.
Lean with
This is
it.
some. This is a 2007, 2008-esque beat. Right when snap music was pretty much at the height of its popularity.
No, when dudes was tossing it in the air and they was just freezing.
Yeah.
Went this way. What do you make that face for?
Yeah, there's no bass line to fill it up. So yeah, it's repetitive. Remember, change ups. I just said that before. It was this wasn't our first Soul Calibur entry.
Yeah.
Natsu did the first one. And his was really good. Natsu had a pretty good Soul Calibur. And this Soul Calibur soundtrack, I think it's from Soul Calibur 2. It's one of my favorite game soundtracks ever.
Oh, you think it's from 2? Why? Because it says it right there.
No, I didn't even read the description, Buster. Anyways, I guess repetition is bad. There's so much more that is in this song that you could have utilized, and the mixing is low. It's not powerful. And it sounds like the sample's mono. So if you would have got the real soundtrack, it would have been fuller. It would have sounded so much better, and it would have complemented the choir you added.
Yeah, once you start producing more, you're gonna start noticing. Because when you start out, or when you just don't know a lot of stuff yet, you can't really tell the difference when you hear samples and stuff that you hear online. But when you actually compare it to like something straight off the CD, album, whatever you're using, it sounds completely different.
And your hat is okay at it where it's at, but I think the clap should have been a little louder. One thing I am a emphasis for is that the hat cannot be louder than the snare, and the snare cannot be louder than the drum. It's just that you can't do that. It just sounds weird. Yeah, but this is very repetitive, and there's more you could utilize with the sample you chose. Now with J-Hits,
because he was in the top 4.
With him being an experienced producer, he knows what he's doing. This is a perfectly balanced mix. As soon as we get to it.
Man, you know this was tight.
Rapaholics, real trap shit.
See,
it's funny because we did that big rant on how much we hate trap.
Yeah.
And trap was in our top 4. So it proves if you do it right,
yeah.
We'll place you. No problems, we'll place you.
Like the bass, the 808 kick is just sweet. It's perfect. The kick to complement the 808 kick is perfect. The snare for this type of track fits. Had the right hi-hat for it.
Man, this game was
This
awesome.
is a really, really balanced mix. And it hits hard. It has a great introduction. And he has changes like the scratch.
I like that.
This is a quality beat right here. You just like Like, ooh, you know how you make that ugly face when you hear that beat? Ooh! Yeah, that's what face I was making when I first heard it. And it's epic because it got that choir. It's nice.
He's a sucker for choirs.
Yeah, look, I love choirs. I love orchestras. That's just my thing, man. That's just like I am with anime intros. I love that stuff.
And then you hear the build up right here.
Like it's just getting you set up for the next part. It's he knows what he's doing.
Then you got that scream that was perfect.
Quality beat, quality.
And then we got our another top 4 placer.
Actually, this is our winner. Ken with this.
I like he changed his thing to say I won.
I know. Ken is easily becoming one of my favorite producers because he has some of the cleanest mixes I've ever heard. His mixes are so damn clean. It's like it's perfect. I have really nothing against this. This is a damn near perfect beat.
Like I said, 5.5 minutes long, and it was just kept changing and changing and changing.
Because he knows what he's doing. If you want to win, you have to keep us interested. You have to keep bringing in surprises.
Because I swear, you hear this beginning part right here. If it was just this for 5.5 minutes, he would have lost.
No, it wouldn't even be considered. ND Fresh would have probably been champion.
In that case, it would have been like a top 3. No, it probably still would have been a top 4 because you really wanted to bring somebody else on, and we couldn't be hanging out free passes to everybody.
Yeah.
We'll get to that person.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna be mad as hell when they watch this video. Like, God damn it! I was one spot away.
Yeah, you hear like the changes, the progression, when you sequence your music, it has to be interesting. This is awesome. There's nothing really there's nothing really else I can say. This is championship material. This is champion material. You got to do this stuff right here. So for those that are questioning what they should do, I'm not saying go with his style. You're not supposed to, because that would be silly. That's biting. But look what he did, and try to be influenced by what he did as far as his sequencing, his mixing, and overall interest factor.
Yeah. Actually, look at all the past winners.
Yeah.
Like
Alan G, Gibby V. It was just crazy.
I need to walk to the cone store after this.
Yeah, I'm not walking to the cone store.
Well, what? It's like right there.
Alright, X-Blazy, or just Blazy, however you want to be called.
DJ Blazy. I have a question. A lot of you producers put DJ in front of your names. Like, do any of you guys actually DJ?
That's an excellent question. That's a very legit question. I gotta turn the light on for this. Do y'all actually DJ? Seriously, like
that kind of just been going through my mind because it's not just this tournament, but it's like other producers we just see on YouTube that have DJ in front of their name and they produce. Do you guys actually DJ outside of it? Because I would like to see you guys DJ.
Exactly, because if you don't DJ, you should not be called DJ anything.
Yeah.
Not DJ Sonic Freak, not DJ DJ Knuckles Freak, no DJ Drama, no DJ DJ Mario Freak.
Drama knows
I don't care.
DJ, though.
You're not a DJ.
Like, Drama knows how to DJ.
I'm just saying, it was just a joke.
Sonic Freak doesn't DJ, does he?
I don't really care. This beat is repetitive. It's repetitive.
It's not bad, it's just, you know.
The drums are too loud. The drums are too loud by at least 2.5, 3 decibels.
There you go, a little chance again.
And then the chant. I'm not like
Hey.
the chance.
Hey.
The chance.
Hey.
Yeah, like I said, you're 15. You got a long way to go if you're gonna keep doing this producing game. So
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just
you can only go up from here.
Yeah.
So moving on.
Nah, we're suckers for Asian themed anything. It's just, but we're fair, okay? We just, because if we were just super suckers for it, he would have won. But he got his props because it was an excellent sample choice. We love this type of stuff. The drums are a little loud. The snare is perfect. It's slick. The snare's slick. That rim shot you got, it's nice. Now I think I heard a tambourine. If you would have either turned the drums down or maybe got a different drum, it would have been a really good mix. I don't hear a bass line, so that doesn't help. It needs to be full. Like if you, it's only a how do I put it? Because I don't want to seem like I'm contradicting myself, since Aftertouch Beats came in third and he didn't use a bass line. I did it just a certain style of beat that would do justice without a bass line. Because Aftertouch Beats, like I said, was hip hop at its essence. When hip hop first started, if you look at the history, there really wasn't a bass line. It was basically boom bap, and that's it. There was no bass line. His just followed the structure. It followed that code. It just why it was so good. It was so perfect.
So dope, though. This is chill though.
It's really chill.
It's very relaxing.
We don't have too many complaints about it. The sample choice is good. It's perfect. It's nicely balanced. It's just need a little bit of that bass, like do 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 do.
See, man, this beat was tight.
See,
this beat was tight, but your second half was way better than your first half. This beat was so tight.
I wasn't too big of a fan of the first part. The second part, I was. It was pretty good.
See, man, if you would have got him on board, this could have easily been in our top 4.
Nah, I don't think so.
Shit.
Maybe to you, but not to me.
We would have had to fight that out.
Because this is where I come in and talk about the quality of the mix. The drums are loud.
But the second half of this beat was just, it was perfect.
And the tight. Tight. It's like everybody just keep the tight. It's time to get rid of that stuff. No more tight stuff. And this part is repetitive. It's repetitive. So how you gonna no, you can't. You gonna say top 4 tight, and it's repetitive? You can't. It just doesn't work that way.
See, man.
Like it hits hard.
See, if it was just
but it's
me,
just too big.
If it was just me, you would have been in there.
Then he did the little Drake thing. Yeah, and this I can hear some distortion. I can hear it. Cause that means your drums are too loud. They're tight. That's gotta go.
Alright, go to the switch. Find it.
Things like this part was nice. I like the
second half was nice.
The transition was a little funny, but
no, it wasn't.
Well, to me it was a little
fine.
funny.
Go to the transition.
See, when it came back in, it didn't flow. It was just like, bro.
Man, it was cool. It was fine.
I think you should have used a fader to make it like transition nicer. And also, it would have been nice if you would have just played the bass line that's playing right now, just a little deeper bass. That would have been slick. Should have just played that. Play that bass, boy. Do what ND Fresh did. Play that bass. It would have been nice.
Man, this was so chill.
it hits too hard to be chill.
Man, this is my type of chill.
Nah, it hits.
I can listen to this while playing 2K, okay?
If you say so.
I listen to a lot of weird stuff when I play basketball.
It's not
mostly R&B, but when I'm not listening to R&B, I listen to stuff like this.
It's not a bad beat. It's just slightly repetitive.
Let's get into JJ.
JJ, there was a dispute that we had with yours.
He was weird because let's start it like, you can pause it if you want to before critiquing his beat. We had already picked the top 4. We were getting ready to upload it and YouTube was tripping. He took it with him and it was like, when I get to my destination, I upload it there. It was halfway through uploading and he cancels it just to be like, I canceled the upload because I really think JJ should be in it. And I'm like, dude, we're already done. My thing is, you had already had your top 3 selected days in advance. That's why this was weird. Because you were like, I'm ready to go, and I was the only one like, I'm not sure who I want yet. I knew for sure Indie Fresh was in my top 3. Everybody else, I was kind of like, I still have to listen and compare. And we even listened one more time on the day that we did the video, which is the video you guys didn't see, which is us critiquing. And even like with the last listen through, JJ, you didn't make it. So then after going through this whole dispute back and forth, like all of a sudden he's just like, you know what? I think JJ should just be in it.
Can I explain now?
Go ahead.
Can I go ahead and explain now?
Go ahead, because it's
Can I explain
weird.
now?
It's weird.
No, because I was going
out
no,
the blue.
No, I was going through all the beats again just to reassure myself. And then I just kept comparing, like, man, look, I think JJ should be in it because his is really, really damn good. And then she was like, no,
that's a weird time.
No, you made your decision.
It's a
blah
weird
blah
time
blah.
to reassess.
Don't just upload it. Look, just leave it as is, and then we start.
Yeah,
then we go and start going
done.
back and forth about it, and then finally I gave up, and I put it like this: the reason why JJ did not make it is because we was comparing comparing styles of music and beats in this tournament.
You were.
Indie Fresh had a better smooth beat than JJ, and then when we start comparing like the other two, like after touch beats and JJ hits, we started seeing if JJ beat would match up with those, and at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. So I'm sorry, man. You would have came 5th. If there's a 5th place, you would have came 5th. If there was a pass, an extra pass I would give. But because of her, I can't do it.
It was just a weird time to reassess when we were already done voting and picking winners. Like, it's not like we didn't do the video yet, because if we didn't do the video, it's like, okay, how do you want to do this? It was already done. Everything was already done. It's like, okay, moving on to the next one. I mean, do you want to give JJ a pass? Do you feel that strongly about him winning?
No, we're going to stick with our decision.
Do you want to be the 5th guy?
No.
Do you want to just drop in and we just have 11 champions now? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Because I'll give him a pass right now.
No.
In this
Why
video, if you want to give him a pass.
No.
Because he didn't have a bad beat. It's just we already picked winners.
We already made the result video. He can't get a pass if we already made a result video.
I mean, you're so strongly about it. I'd give a pass right now if you want to.
No, he can't get a pass. The video's up, and we can't change our decision.
See, JJ, now he's stopping you from getting a pass.
That's like
because I'm sitting here saying he can have one.
That's like revoking Ken from being champion. No, we can't do it.
Nobody's revoking Ken. We're just saying, hey, I'm letting you know right now. You want to make him the 5th person?
How many times I have to tell you no? Stop asking me the same question.
See, JJ, he didn't want to give you one.
Anyways, I thought your beat was excellent. Okay? Your beat was really good. Okay? It was raw. Alright? I'm sorry, but maybe I have a feeling that in the next tournament, whatever we have it, you're going to shine and you're going to get there. Okay? You're going to get there because the champions, the best players are dwindling down. So this is a chance for everybody who are good to step up to the plate and win it! On to the next beat.
Or you could just give him a pass right now.
I'm not giving him a pass. We already made our decision. I can't change it. We have to stick to our word.
Oh my god, didn't I say that and you were trying to fight?
Whatever. It wasn't even uploaded yet.
Because you canceled it. I love you, KV. You wanna give me a hug?
No. Don't touch me. I'm trying to critique DJ Fusion.
Where's my Mugen?
I think, okay, this is why I give DJ Fusion. What? I don't know, he's asleep. Anyways, DJ Fusion, you're easily one of the best 808 players in the game because you know how to use your 808 kicks. You know how to use it. You know how to, even though you would think it's loud, but it's not really loud. It's a perfect balance. You know what you're doing. The only reason why this didn't place is just because there was just ones that were just slightly better. That's at the end of the day. Say if JJ hits and Ken didn't make it, we would have a totally different top 10. I mean top 3, whatever.
Yeah, because it's not a bad beat. It's pretty damn good.
It's really good, just slightly repetitive. Because and then it comes again. You know what I'm saying?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Another one of the top placers.
All right, Indie Fresh, yours, like I said, the chant, we hated it. We didn't like it. But the rest of it, quality work. The bass line, my God, man. You know how to play. I don't know what you was doing with them keys. Or you actually played the bass, but it sounded like a VSD. It was nice, man. It was really, really nice. So chill.
The only thing that stopped you was near the end when you kept with the haze.
Yeah.
But then you said, like, I read your comment. You said you felt it needed to be filled up, so you threw it there. Didn't need to be filled up at all. It would have been fine without it.
It's it's a good mix.
But
it's a
crazy
beautiful mix.
because, like, with the haze, it's still a good beat.
Yeah.
Like, it's still really good. Also, can't wait for this game to come out.
I know.
Like, I'm totally calling off Life. So, you know, between this and Kingdom Hearts, nobody better bother me. You guys probably won't even see YouTube videos for a while.
And Indie Fresh, I just realized that he's the guy they gave. He made a beat using the the Agnes Philosophy sample, the one that I used for the Battle of the Beats contest. He made a version of his own, and this is the same guy. I did not know that.
Oh.
So small world, kind of. Yeah, the only thing that stopped it from winning was the hate part. Other than that, it's a beautiful mix. It keeps me interested. The bass line is beautiful. It's excellent. It's quality. And then it
like
changes.
I said, this was like the only beat I truly loved, where I didn't have to keep listening through.
Yeah.
Where I was confused if anybody else should place. So. But I knew after hearing yours, I was like, hands down, he's placing.
Yeah.
Gage, man, Pokemon is you.
Yeah, Pokemon is just you got the Pokemon crown. If I could make a world title belt in Pokemon beats, you would have that. I would give it to you right here. Just you already Pokemon champ because you know what you're doing.
I like his little intro when it comes in.
Yeah.
Gage is in the building.
Is in the building.
It's got that bounce to it.
I was telling Kavian the first time we did this that this bicycle thing, because I love Pokemon, I'm just a huge fanatic of it. It makes me want to like go to our friend Sean's house and I just want to jack his bike. No, this is what you gotta do. You gotta play D Maestro's beat while I'm jacking the bike, and then once I get on it and start riding away, this would be the music when I'm riding away on the bike.
This is a really, really good beat. This is why you couldn't really place in our top 3. is very good. It's just it's that it's nothing new. The reason being is because we've had other Pokemon beats being entered, and those just didn't. Those just some stood out, like Race's K's first Pokemon beat. That was okay, but it didn't stand out. Yours was good, but Pokemon, since that's your avenue, I think you played it safe for this one.
Well, you gotta remember, he kind of threw this together real quick right before we extended the deadline, and then after we extended it, he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna keep it."
Yeah, I think he played it. I think he played it safe. I should have told you to go ahead and make a new one.
Well, we can't,
because you got all the tools to win this whole thing. Several of you guys have the tools on what it takes to win this entire thing.
But it's crazy that just for like what initially was gonna be a late entry, this was not bad at all.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you would have redid it, you probably would have won.
Yeah, or just
knowing you. So.
Yeah. Don't play it safe next time. Give me switch. I want to see something different, something crazy.
Oh, like I just said, this would be the track that I'd be like Jack and Sean's bike to.
Yeah. I said in the first time we tried to record this that you would never think that this was Ratchet and Clank, because I had no idea really that this was a Ratchet and Clank OSD. Like Dion's, for a trap beat, yours is really good. It's just we have, like I said, this is a trap heavy contest for some reason. And
also, I did not know how many of you were Team Astro until Ken won.
I know. It's like, dang, it's just a whole.
Like, jeez.
Like, how many Astro guys are there? I mean, I'm thinking maybe I'm in Astro and I don't even know it.
Is Astro like the Illuminati?
They must. The Illuminati of producers.
It must be. Maybe you are in it and we just don't know it yet.
The chants and the tight stuff, the tight.
How many beats have used that so far?
Several. Oh my god, everybody uses that, man.
We counted off those chants.
I mean, it's still good. It's just, you know, too many. We have too many trap beats.
Yeah, considering all the trap beats we got, you gotta kind of just pick the best once it comes down to it.
Yeah. Oh, and Disco E, I already talked to you on Facebook. I told you exactly why yours, what could have been improved with yours. The mixing definitely could have been better because several of your instruments were a little too loud, like your hi-hats, and
Disco E Productions.
That was really loud. The synth that you added later was really loud. The crash, that was really loud. I think you should have brought the sample out a little bit more and toned down the instrument so they could blend, and maybe pan off a few to the side because everything is centered and this is like in your face.
But no,
and a reverb would have been justified with this, but there's so much more to this actual Deadpool song that you could have utilized. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying like the beat in general is just weak. And I don't like the chant right here.
Yeah, like we're not big fans of chants.
I mean, I don't mind it if it's used right. It's just, I think that's just what like producers think to use.
Yeah,
this was loud.
This is really loud. It just takes away the entire beat. It's too powerful. So that leads me to think that I don't know what kind of monitors you guys are mixing with or what kind of headphones you guys are mixing with, but I really emphasize you guys getting some quality monitors or some really good quality headphones, like some Sennheiser HDs. You know, they're like, get some flat equalized headphones.
You know what? Sennheisers would be really good because that's what they actually use in like real studios.
Yeah.
Don't let the Beats by Dre promo confuse you.
Don't ever mix with Beats by Dre.
Real engineers do not use that.
They don't.
They're
because
terrible to mix with.
They're terrible. They're horrible to mix with. They're sweetened up. Like they're equalized. So you're not getting a true flat sound when you're about to mix. So say you mix with Dre beats and it sounds good on your headphones, but if you put it in a car or if you put it and or you plug it up to several other different monitors, it's gonna sound like crap.
Yeah.
That's already like the ones that are not the ones that are equalized. It's gonna sound terrible. So your highs are gonna sound like freaking nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Get some flat sounding headphones.
Yeah, because when it comes to like mixing down in actual studios, Sennheisers are actually like top of the line studio quality headphones. What would you recommend for monitors?
You get some Samsons. I mean, realistically, if you were going to buy monitors, the real good monitors are really, really freaking expensive. Like they're $500 and up.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to invest in some monitors, you can get some cheap ones, but I wouldn't rely on it. If you could, I would rely on the headphones. At least that's just me. You could get some nice monitors, but the really good ones are upwards of $500, $1,000, $1,500. Styles T entry is good. There's really no surprise that he can make beats. I know that he can make good beats because I pay attention to a lot of his stuff and his earlier stuff, like from years back, and so I know he can make good beats. So I'm not going to really question his mixing capabilities because this is a solid mix. It's just when it just came down to which beat is better when it came to him. The chant, I'm not a fan of chants. You already know that, but yeah, it just came down to which beat was better. That's when we start stacking them and racking them, stacking them and racking them, stacking them and racking them.
I feel like chants, is that like the fallback for the producers? When they don't know what else to add, they're just like, let me throw a chant in there.
Yeah, like
because I hear it a lot, and it's not just in the tournament. It's just like from other producers as well. I hear it a lot when it's not really needed.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Like there's times when it's okay to put it in, but a lot of the time it's not.
Yeah, like for this type of beat, you didn't need a chant, man. You really didn't. It was good without it. Like we said for Natsu's beat, like I said, I don't know what went wrong with his rendering, but his beat was low. Like everything was just low. I couldn't really hear the kick all like that. I couldn't hear the 808. I couldn't hear anything.
Is that why you're leaving YouTube? Because the rendering does mess up beats and stuff sometimes.
Well,
this is Natsu. Obviously, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Natsu.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why you're leaving. Also, why did you take a bunch of like tracks off of your page?
I know, like
there was like a ton of stuff on your page that I love, and I went back one day and they were all gone.
Could have been a copyright. I don't know.
It could have been. I'm just curious because I know you had the Pretty Boy beat by G Dragon. You had like the trap snippet, then you had the full version. Both of those are gone. You had the Tiffany beat by that one K-pop singer, and you had the Taeyang track,
yep,
where it was actually him singing, but you just redid the beat behind him, and just you had a couple other beats I liked too, but those four were my favorite, and they're gone. Like you need to let us know if you have a SoundCloud or something that those beats are on.
I mean, he has a SoundCloud.
Are those beats on there?
They might be. But I mean, if you're leaving YouTube, hey, maybe YouTube is just not for everybody. I mean, you have a pretty solid fan base with over 3,100 subs, but you know, that doesn't mean. I guess that doesn't really mean much to keep somebody to stay.
You can still showcase your stuff in the forum.
Yeah. The Maru 24, we had a dispute because. Me and him, we had a dispute because him and several other people. The reason why I was so upset in the beginning of the video is because I keep telling people everything was in the description, everything, and all the information that you will ever need is right in front of your face. You don't need to ask me because everything is clear and concise. But anyways, as far as this beat is concerned, is really repetitive, very repetitive. So the interest factor is not there. The sample sounds like it was re-recorded with something else because it's not clear, it's not clean. The drums are too loud. Overall, the mix is just, it needs to be a lot more balanced. And I don't know if that guitar was a part of the sample, but if you added that yourself, good job, because it sounded good. It's just everything else needs work.
Mr. Smooth Beats on the track.
Oh, this is the boss beat.
Yeah. It's a really good sounding track, but like I said, we've been so trap heavy that it came to a point where it's like, okay, it's not like we haven't heard this type of track before. That's why we ask people to switch it up.
Well, like we said, considering there were so many trap beats, kind of just had to pick the best ones out of all you guys.
Yeah.
Because there was a ton. Like, we had 37 entries, and a lot of them were trap.
And the sample itself, the melody, it gets repetitive after a while. It's not a bad mix. I think the snare or the clap should have been slightly louder, maybe by 2.5 decibels, just so I could hear it, because it's pretty low for like a really hard thumping track.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't bad. We just had to like pick the tops.
Yeah. I Missed Kid.
I'm trying to remember this beat.
Let's see. It's not interesting. It's just basic. It's plain. There's no bass line. At least I don't hear anything yet. Yeah, it's just not interesting. It's not. It needs a lot more interest. You need to utilize your sample more. Add your own elements with your own sounds, your own synths, or whatever instruments you may have. Like switch up your drum patterns. Like this is, it's pretty basic. I don't know if you just got started or how long you've been producing, but a lot more could have been done, especially with the Sonic track, because I'm a huge Sonic fan. And,
yeah, he is.
And something like this, when I first saw the title, like Sonic Generations, like, oh, this is about to be crazy. And then this happened, and it's like, okay, this could have been so much better. So, I hope you've been paying attention to what we were saying earlier.
Now, this is the third Final Fantasy beat. See, I'm a Final Fantasy nerd. So, when people sample Final Fantasy, you have to do it justice. And so far, the only person who's done that up to this entry was Indie Fresh.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I think Slim Boy Million, he did 10. This is from 7, and Indie Fresh did like the new one, he did 15.
And I'm reading your description. You said you had to change the bass line to re-enter. What you do? It's like you turn up the bass and that's it. That's all I hear is bass, and everything else is turned down. I could barely hear the sample because the sample was there, and I really don't like this part. It just sounded weird.
Yeah.
like the bass, it's taking everything away from what you were trying to do with the sample. Yeah,
that whole part with the, you know, the snaps, whatever you properly call them.
Yeah.
And then the chant, all that's just unnecessary. I'm reading too, it says it's more of a serious type of instrumental, so I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, win place? Click on show more.
Uplift the listener.
Uplift. Okay.
Sling, roll.
Yeah, I think be more creative with your sample choices for the next tournament if you decide to enter. Pay attention to all the winners. Look what they did.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if y'all gonna sample Final Fantasy, you have to do it justice. Oh, same with the Zelda beat. At least if I'm thinking if this is the same beat.
Yeah, this is Zelda.
No, I know this is Zelda, but I'm kind of thinking like, yeah.
Yeah, Lawful Beast.
Yeah, I remember you now. Okay. You ruined this sample.
Let's your chopping skills for this it needs work because
if you would have chopped it right,
yeah,
it would have been fine.
And the way you got your drum patterns, it doesn't mix with this. And I have no idea what happened.
What?
Here. It doesn't mix. It doesn't mesh well with that type of style. You could have chopped this up so much better. Like when you had the intro to this, I thought it was gonna be something crazy, and then it just went left. It just went completely left.
I appreciate you trying to change things up, but it has to at least sound good.
Yeah, because it's
be
like
on some type of beat.
Like there's no bass line. The mixing is a little weak, and then I don't know why you're still continuing with this. But since this is a beat contest, you got to keep everything interesting.
Yeah, it's not on beat. It's off.
All right, well, Glenn Jones is starting off with potential because you're like, this is what I'm expecting. It has that epic feel to it.
The beginning is just like, oh, you know, this is about to be amazing.
I know. It sounds incredible.
Finally, the time has
Then it came to that sudden stop. And then it went to this. It was totally unexpected. And it's not like it wasn't I didn't get a good feeling off of that.
Your epic intro built up into just something basic? Is that the word I want to use? Average?
And I'm hearing this distortion because your bass is too loud. Yeah, it's just too loud. I could definitely hear the distortion. So if the bass is too loud, your kick is definitely too loud. And then like that, your intro was stereo.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, this part was just completely weird. Like your chopping skills need work for this when you enter the next one. Yeah, it just doesn't mix. Oh, this guy, he did the other God of War beat.
This was such a good game.
DJ Kid Blast.
It's really bass heavy. It's taken away from the sample already. I would have used a different clap or a snare. That wasn't even necessary. Yeah, all the instruments you're trying to add, everything like the bass is just taken away from it. And the chants, yeah, it's not necessary.
Yup. Yup. Hey.
Yeah, the mixing, the sequencing. I hate the rise crap. Just, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's off. That part was off.
The smooth laid out sonic beat.
Yeah, I love the sample, man. I really love the whole sample choice you did with this.
Your beat was really chill. It's just that when it came to a chill beat, you know, I won't say chill, I'll say smooth beat. When it came to a smooth beat, Indie Fresh had the best. He had the best smooth beat.
Yeah, I just love the melody that you chose. I would tell you to change the hat because it seems like it's a little too much. But then again, you don't need to because the way it started off, it sounded nice. Now, the only thing I didn't like was your choice of 808 kicks. I think this would have been so slick if you just would have played the bass instead of just being safe with the 808 kick, because it would have been, God, it would have been beautiful. Because the kick, okay, it's not really too loud. See, I like the way you chop that part up, but this is where I think you should have just, that bass line, man. That bass line would have been so beautiful.
This was the one that reminded me of MC Music Forever.
Yeah.
Another guy leaving YouTube. Ugh. You producers are forcing me to just like abuse the SoundCloud account now. Cause I really don't use SoundCloud for anything. Like, we have one personally, but he uses it.
Yeah.
I don't care much for SoundCloud, but now I have to go over there because all of you are leaving.
Stop leaving YouTube.
Stop leaving YouTube.
Like I said, this is not a bad beat. This is your best entry out of all the ones you've ever entered.
Yeah, it was good. It's just there were so many good beats.
Yeah, and this part for some reason sound like you. I don't know if it must be my headphones, but like the bass is a little loud.
No, it went up in mine too. So
Yeah,
it's probably the beat.
might
It's not
be
your headphones.
Yeah, because it sounds a little louder for some reason.
Moving on. This game was awesome.
Yeah.
Do they appreciate my protection? No.
Superman going bad. I liked
No.
it.
Bizafed, my main man. I know your style, man. I know your style, man. I know how you make beats.
Give it to them.
Wasn't this last minute though?
Yeah,
Or he made it real quick?
Yeah, it was last minute. Because I love the sample, man, because it's so epic.
It wasn't a bad beat though.
Like, this is like, it's serious. It's real sinister.
Because I think he like rushed this or whatever. So for a rushed last minute beat, it wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah, it's not your best. And then again, I know you could do a lot better. Man, you placed in the top 4 in the first tournament. It's like, what have you been doing the last 2 tournaments? Like, you was that close to placing 3rd, man. It's like, come on, man. I'm waiting for you to drop that crazy banger. Like, finally, he gets it.
Well, remember last time, didn't he have like internet issues or something? Or he wasn't home or some crap?
I don't remember,
Like, he had
man.
limited time to make his stuff.
I don't know, man, but
I
really like your style, man, because it's so different.
Yeah, because your stuff is tight. But this wasn't a bad entry by any means. It just, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just I know you can do so much better, man. I know you can. So I'll be waiting. I'm expecting greatness next time. All right, with Stud and Steve Austin,
It was a hard beat.
It's a hard beat, but he's just a trap enthusiast. That's what he makes. He just makes trap beats.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
Because even though we don't like it, we know where to give credit where it's due. Because obviously we picked, you know, 2 fucking trap beats in the winner's circle this time. It's just, personally for my taste, it's like a little too slow. But I understand why it needs to be that way for how he did the sample.
Yeah, because, you know, you only could tweak the rhythm or the BPM of the sample by so much without it sounding weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard.
I mean, it's hard. It's just that there were better trap beats in the tournament. We know you're capable of being a good... We know your capabilities of making music. It's just, you know, maybe next time, if you could just maybe switch it up just a little bit, you right there, man. Because you keep getting mentioned every time we do our result videos.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're not getting your just due as far as props is concerned. It's just we know you're capable of doing better.
All right, next beat. And the last guy to place in our top 4.
Yeah.
The Punch Out beat. Man, this beat was tight.
This perfect mix. It keeps straight to the essence of hip hop. It's classic video game, which I didn't expect anybody to do a Punch Out beat. So this was a real surprise. I mean, this is a head bobber, man. It's just,
man, this beat was tight.
It's just a head nod. It's like I could not stop nodding my head when I first was like, it's got that bounce. It's nostalgic.
Basically, when he told me his top 3, you weren't in it. So I was kind of scared to let him know the top 2 I had picked. Because I really like this beat. And I'm just like, man, but KB didn't pick it. And I was like, you know what, F KB. This has to be in the top 3.
So that's when we start dissecting on who is who.
Yeah.
You know, which one's better, which one's not. I say which one's better twice.
After touching J hits, it all came down to a coin toss.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you both ended up placing anyways.
Yeah.
It's just that coin toss determined who got the 25 and who got the free pass. Afro Man. Do we even need to talk to you?
Me, Afro knows how to make beats.
I know, right? It's like,
he knows
do we even
how
need to talk to you.
I think you should have maximized this a little. Maybe because my headphones are low. Okay. It's a really good beat, man. It's your best entry yet. You're right. Like I told people, some people are just right on a precipice.
Wait, didn't he do a Samurai Champloo beat last time?
I thought he did a Power Rangers one last time. That's what I remember. I thought it was Power Rangers.
Now I gotta go back. Now I gotta go back and re-listen to Tournament 2 beats.
Yeah. I really don't have much against this beat because the mix, it's a solid mix and I love this part. That's what I was waiting for.
See how he didn't even place, but yet he knew the place, he did that switch up.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the same beat throughout.
So he gets it.
Yeah.
Like you have to change it up, man. Like throw us off. Go ahead and move on.
Got a lot of Donkey Kong entries too this
I know.
time.
artistic beats. This is a solid beat, man. You know what? I'm starting to think we should have mentioned this beat. Because it's not bad. I'm starting to think we should have mentioned this one.
I honestly don't remember who was on our mention list.
Well, I know he wasn't. I'm starting to...
Maybe we skipped over him, because I wrote everything down we were supposed to mention. Maybe we skipped over it by accident.
Maybe we skipped... Yeah, I'm starting to think we should have mentioned him, because this is a pretty good entry. I think we probably forgot to write you down, man. To be honest. But then again, at the same time, I mean, everything was so trap heavy. There was just ones that were just better. Man, this ain't a bad beat. We should have mentioned this one. You know what? You get an honorable mention.
We never said it was a bad beat, though.
It said he wasn't on our list. I'm starting to think we should have mentioned it. This ain't bad, man. I think I like this. I really do like this. You get an honorable mention. Because this is well mixed. It changes up. Yeah. Everything is just it's keeping me interested. Yeah, you get an honorable mention for this one. Yeah, this is awesome. So if you enter the next tournament, I'll be looking out for you. As far as not like I'm gonna put you in the top 10. It's just I'm expecting greatness.
Last entry.
Now this is like one of those fraternities in like a black college where they be stepping whatever they be saying, they be like they be doing that stuff. That's what it sounds like. I didn't like this part. It was you're clashing samples that it just didn't mesh well for us.
Yeah.
Then you try to change it up again. It was just weird.
Like I said, man, you gonna do Final Fantasy samples, you gotta do that justice.
Yeah.
But nah, it didn't mesh right.
Yeah, once we heard like Indie Fresh do Final Fantasy, it's like it has to be on par with this if you're gonna do a Final Fantasy beat.
Well, that's not even saying, because Slim Boy, he was first with a Final Fantasy, and his wasn't on par with anything either. Like,
well, you know what I mean. It's just
I know what you mean, but I'm just saying, like, if you just gonna do Final Fantasy, you just gotta be good.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I'm not gonna put you on pace with anybody. It just gotta be good. I don't like this.
Yeah, because you went on for another 2 bars. It should have just stopped after the first 2. Yeah, this is repetitive. All right, at the end of the day, what we're looking for is creativity, great sequencing,
yep,
interest, being different, like chill out with the chants. Chill out with some trap. Chill out with the trap. You're gonna do trap. It better sound like Ken-Kens or J-Hits.
I mean, just be creative.
Just be creative,
like, if you're
man.
gonna create a song and you're entering it in a beat contest, don't make it a loop.
That will kill your chances of winning. Do not loop it.
I mean, if you're gonna loop it, that better be, because we had somebody place, I don't know if it was the first or second tournament, but their beat was only like a minute and a half.
That was 01003 or something like that.
But he won, but it was good. So I don't care how long you make it, Well, okay, I do care how long you make it, because if you send us a 10-minute beat or something, I'm not going to listen to it. But I'm just saying in general, if you're going to make it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it needs to keep our attention. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, it has to have changes and switch ups and a lot of things. Those are just things to think about, and it has to be really creative.
And take care of your mixes, man. Like, when you mix,
Yeah.
like, mix well. Like, make sure that, make it a mix to the point where, like, is this mix radio ready? Like, can I play this on the radio without getting criticized? Like,
Yeah.
this ain't ready for the radio.
And if you're going to sample, make sure your samples aren't mono.
Yeah, like, try to find the actual song. Try to find a song. Get the good quality song. Don't rip it off YouTube. Go and find the actual OST and buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do something. And like, I'm sure you probably find a sample you want. Probably costs $1. What's $1? Yeah, but that's it, man. We critiqued every last one. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah, we'll probably try this again with the other contests.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. So, that's it.
Yep.
So, like it, share it, register in the forums,
Subscribe
let
to
us
the
know,
channel.
subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the Nerds with Passports channel.
If you haven't did that yet,
Subscribe to both, because you kind of need both.
yeah, this is what we do, man. Games and beats.
Bitch.